So if you want to know how to bring magic into the mundane, this one's for my baby witches. Keep on watching.
One day I'll be a queen with a kingdom all for me, and I'll cherish everything as I drop to my knees, 'cause I know.
Hey guys, this is Darian from Darian Empire. This is my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. Welcome back if you have been here. I definitely want to take a moment to just thank all of my subscribers who have been with me for many years or who just came. This has been amazing. I love this new energy. I love all of this. So today I'm going to be actually answering a question that I got on Instagram. So also, if this is your first time here, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications just so that you get these videos every single week and every time I post, because I do post kind of randoms, but usually every Wednesday for this one on Witch Baby Wednesday. Okay, so the question that I got is, how do you bring magic into the mundane? And I figured since it's such a beautiful day, I would come to this magical place where I've got horses in the background. This is a beautiful place that I love to come to. So I think, like, number one, if you want to start really bringing magic into the mundane, if you have a place like this is about 20 minutes from my house. If you have a place like this that you could come to, even if it's not just like this, but just a simple park, somewhere that you're surrounded by greenery like this is really magical. Also, I'm not sure people know this, but there is a coven in town near here that practices witchcraft and does lots of rituals in this exact state park. So when I found that out, I was like, I always knew this place was rather magical. So I want to give you a few tips on how to bring magic into the mundane, but the very first tip that I have is what I think is the most important, is realizing that the mundane is actually magical. So it's really about shifting your perception about what you consider to be mundane and what you consider to be magical. You know, if you think everyday life is mundane, everyday life is not mundane. It has the potential to be so magical when you see the magic in it. It doesn't have to necessarily always be that you bring magic to the mundane, but rather that you realize that there's no such thing as mundane. I always think it's interesting when people use the term practical magic. When you see life for what it truly is from a spiritual standpoint, when you see through the eyes of the source within you, you will know that there's no such thing as, none of this is practical, none of this is, you know, it's all, the source of everything is magic. And so when you realize that, you then start to already automatically live a magical life. I really hope that my microphone doesn't knock over, because it's right here and it looks like it's gonna fall. So if it does, we'll have to take two. Some other ways, of course, would be bringing some sort of magical ritual into your life. So having a morning ritual. Meditation is probably, I mean, I've been telling you guys this for years. If you haven't been following me for that long, then I would advise quieting your mind, getting tuned in, anchored into the divinity within you, whether you call that God, source, whatever you call it, it does not matter. But anchoring into that gives you the ability to then see life through magical eyes, see life through the eyes of source, see life as it truly is in its spiritual divine truth, right? We want to start off with that, because if you're not in alignment, if you're not vibrating with magic, I did a video called What is Magic? If you're not vibrating with magic, it's going to be really hard to bring magic into your life or to conjure magic. Like, it's so much easier to just vibrate with magic and see magic everywhere and understand that magic is all over. It is everything. It is the source of everything. Magic is the source of everything. Oh, I didn't realize that there was a horse right next to me in this little stable. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so, you know, starting your day off with something, meditation, but also calling on magic, prayer, whatever your form of prayer is. Doing spell work is a prayer. So there was, you know, I was doing like it doesn't matter what your morning ritual is, it matters that it feels good. And the reason we turn it into a ritual is because when you ritualistically do something or say something physical, that involves your body, right? This is where spell work is so magical, because when you do something that involves your body and you couple it with feeling good, feeling magical, feeling tuned in, feeling love, feeling possibility, feeling creativity, all that is magic, right? When you couple those two together and then you make it into a ritualistic practice, what happens is anytime the body is doing that activity, you automatically feel the sense of magic. And it just comes hand in hand. It's brain re-entrainment is essentially what it is. You're training your brain to see magic. You're training your brain to see magic when you do this, morning ritual. So it could be having a cup of tea every morning, but really sitting quietly. It could be journaling every morning. It could be whatever. It could be painting. It could be, art. It could be whatever makes you feel most connected to you. Make that into a ritual. Make being joyful into a ritual, Oh, okay. The horse has something to say here. So make being joyful into a ritual. Make feeling good into a daily morning ritual, because when you start your day off like that, it just kind of sets the tone for the whole day. Another thing would be obviously doing full moon, new moon rituals. That makes me feel really good. When I had my membership, which will be reopening, I had a membership called Keys to the Empire. I had it for a year. I cut it off last year just to kind of get my own ish together. I will talk about that in another time, but get my own ish together. And then Witchcraft came, and so now I'm like all evolved and got to do things differently now. But I was doing full and new moon rituals. Every once in a while, I will do just like, I'll sell like, I think it's like $22 a ticket, and we'll do like a live virtual new moon and full moon ritual every once in a while. Look out for tickets for those. I think down in the description I have tickets if I'm selling them. I don't always do them, but when I do them for myself at home, and it helps me to feel tuned in to the magical energy of the earth, of the cosmos, of the universe, of myself. You have to understand that the divinity within us is all vibrating at a certain truth, right? It's like vibrating with the truth. The earth doesn't have an ego, right? The moon doesn't have an ego. All it has is pure divine power. And so we can block that through not seeing the magic in what we are calling the mundane, right? That's just blocking the magic. Just calling it mundane is blocking the magic and the potential for magic. Just doing that. So, but those energies, the energy of earth, the energy of the cosmos, the energy of the moon, that doesn't have an ego. It's just pure, positive, divine energy. And so when you tune yourself to that by doing full and new moon rituals, you can Google, I can do a video if you guys really want to know how to do full and new moon rituals and sort of what type of spell work to do during certain moon phases. I can definitely do that for you. If you're interested, let me know in the comments down below. But that's also something to help develop sort of a magical life, really, like having it, because that's what we want. We want to have a magical life. And then we'll take it another step further and do what I do, which is all throughout the day, I am consciously doing, not every second of the day, but when I remember throughout the day, I am consciously doing spell work. But I don't have any ingredients. It's more like a chaos magic type of thing. It's mental magic. I'm setting an intention. It's using the law of attraction. I'm setting an intention for what I want. So let me just give a for instance. I am stuck in traffic. A whole bunch of traffic. I start feeling resistance. Honestly, I was stuck in traffic on the way up here, and I didn't feel bad about that at all. I was actually jamming out to music, like dancing in my car, and I felt perfectly fine. I did have a moment where I looked around and was like, most of the people here are probably super pissed off or stressed out because they're in traffic. But I wasn't using being in traffic as an excuse to feel stressed out or pissed off or anything. I didn't have anywhere that I needed to be right now. I was coming here. I don't see the point. Like, that's like a lot of people drive to vacation and they stress out to get on the road quicker. And I'm like, why are we stressing out to go to a place to relax? That doesn't make any sense. So, but if there were a case where I was stuck in traffic, maybe I'm running late for somewhere or whatever, what I would do is, the fact that I feel that negative energy, or negative emotion, that is a signal to me that I could use some magic right now, that I could set the intention, wait a minute, stop for a second. Okay, what do I want? How do I want to feel? Sometimes I actually imagine myself sending like light to something, pink sparkly light if I'm sending love. If I'm sending joy, it's sparkly yellow light. Or, you know, like I can send joy and love. I'm not going to send them both. I'll send love to this horse right now, and I could just send it, and I just imagine that pink sparkly energy on this horse, and then I can feel connected to the love that I just sent to that horse, and now I'm already living a magical life. But understanding that I know that I'm not just doing this, I know that it's creating something, that there's going to be an effect to that, and it's going to benefit me. And it could be that I positively affected just that horse, or whoever is the keeper of that horse that will tend to it, you know, next time it has to feed it or whatever. That energy could fuse into also that person. But also that, like, I don't know, I could go, yesterday I went to Starbucks and the guy worked at Starbucks gave me a free iced tea. I didn't even want a drink. I didn't even order a drink. He was like, what do you want? It's on me. And then he was like, what size do you want? I said, I'll take a tall. I don't know. And he's like, I'm giving you a grande, you know, like just wanted to give me things, you know, because when you're tuned in, things like that just magically happen. But you have to know that your positive energy has an effect on things. So let's say I'm in traffic. I stop. I go, okay, what does it look like in my mind? What does it feel like to see easy traffic, to feel easy traffic, to feel the roads just flowing, to feel me in my groove, you know, whatever. What does that feel like? And then I set it in stone. I decide. And so it is. So mote it be. Amen. You know, whatever word you use, it doesn't matter. All means the same thing. I decided now. It is done. It is done. And when you say it is done, you do it knowing that you are that powerful, because you are made up of the same magical thing that the earth is made up of, that the cosmos are made of, that the moon is made of. And so if the moon can control the tides and gravity, and if the earth can create all of this, why couldn't you do something magical as well? So, you know, it kind of goes back to understanding what it means to be a witch, and understanding that, you know, to truly be magical and to truly live a magical life, or to truly live a magical life and to turn that mundane, what you're calling in mundane, into a magical life, is to understand that you are the magic, that you are that powerful. And it's not like I have more power over others. It's not like whatever. It's not a control thing. It's I am just as powerful. Like, the power that you hold is innate. It should almost feel mundane, in the sense that, like, of course I'm powerful. Like, it should just be like, I wake up powerful. I woke up like this, you know? I woke up like this. Like, it's just natural. It's natural. Just like this gigantic tree in front of me, and this beautiful nature all around me, and that magical horse over there. Like, I'm just powerful. Like, the earth created this. Like, this is amazing. It's so abundant and beautiful. And that's just natural. Like, this is just what the earth naturally does. And we call that mundane. That's the thing. It's like, we call that mundane. And that's not mundane. That's amazing. That is beautiful. We're just so used to it. It's like we're so used to it that we don't realize that it is magical. And when we stop and start to go, oh wow, and tune into, understand, remember the abundance, the creative energy, the fertility of something like Mother Earth, we can start to realize that within ourselves. And what starts to happen is, you can say the universe starts to show you proof that it's true, or really you are just tuned into seeing the proof that's always been showing to you, the proof that you are powerful. You're just tuned into it. It's like, I used to say all the time, it's like taking off your fear goggles and seeing the truth. The truth is you are magical. The truth is magic is in your nature. The truth is power, divine power, the ability to create anything that you want in your whole life at any given moment, all the time, every second, every millisecond, every now and every now and every now and every now and every now after that and every now before that and every now after that and this now right here and all the nows. You're able to create whatever it is you want, and that is your natural ability. That is why, as I said in the last video, we're all magicians. We're all witches. Whether you feel like that's a label that fits you or not, we are all creators of our own experience. We're creators of our own universe. We're creators of our own holographic experience of the universe. And we're all the conduit of the truth. So we have the ability to bring forth the truth by taking off those fear goggles and understanding that magic is natural. Magic is natural. So understanding, like, stop calling it mundane, start calling it natural. And get used to being that powerful. Accept that power. It's like accepting success, I guess. It's more than that, though. It's like you wake up with the ability to change everything in your life for the better. You also wake up with the ability to change everything in your life for the worse. And that's what a lot of us are doing when we're not accepting the truth that is our power. You know, we're in this, I know I'm going on a little tangent right now, but we're in this society, we're in this world where it's normal to blame others for our problems. And trust me, I do the same thing. It's like, we've just been like trained to do that. But when we stop for a moment and realize like, oh, I did that. Like I did that. My energy did that because that's how powerful I am. You know, oh, that traffic, I created that traffic. Oopsie. I created the traffic for myself. Now, whether it's good, like for me, again, I was just in traffic and I didn't feel bad about it. So I wasn't like, oh, I created that. And it gave me a moment to like dance to some Drake in my car, which is what I was doing. And it was fun and I was having a good old time and I was feeling cruising and I was feeling cruising. Yeah, that's what I was doing. But I wasn't feeling any kind of limitation. The fact that I was feeling limitless. I was feeling like I was cruising, whether there were cars in front of me or not. Like I was in that energy. And that's the beauty of magic, is that everything that you see in front of you, that is an afterthought of energy that had already been vibrated, that had already been in the pipeline. That's the word I'm looking for. So think about that. What you see in front of you is the aftermath of energy that already went down the pipeline, already was in the pipeline, and already came into fruition. The pipeline is where we are. So what I mean by that, now I'm getting a little bit esoteric, but what I mean by that is you have the ability to feel good, just as I had the ability to feel free and feel like I was cruising limitlessly, even though there was traffic around me. Even though the physical world was showing something that was a thought prior to this moment, I was able to get into the energy. I already was in that energy, just be in that energy of like cruising and enjoying the music and what I would be doing if there were no traffic, right? I don't know if I lost you guys there, but hopefully I didn't. The whole point is to be a magician on purpose, to be a witch, a spellcaster, a practicer of magic on purpose, is to feel something that you don't see, that you don't yet see. Keyword, yet, because it exists. You just don't see it yet. Your job is to feel it and see it in your mind and imagine it and get into that true pipe dream, right? And let it come down the pipeline by saying, so mote it be. I decide it now. I'm bringing it down the pipeline. Here it comes. I'm channeling. That's that more masculine energy, right? The feminine energy is like dreaming it, feeling it, seeing it in your mind, and then saying, so mote it be. Now I direct it. That's what like a wand would do. A wand would help you direct that energy into the physical world. You know? So throughout your day, think about when something is not really going your way, And I wouldn't do the really heavy things. I would do small things like traffic or, you know, whatever, a long line at Starbucks, you know, I do that a lot, or a long line wherever you are, something that doesn't stress you out a whole bunch, or whatever. One time I was craving Jewish apple cake, and I set the intention to get some Jewish apple cake, and my mom brought me Jewish apple cake. Do you know what I mean? Like things like that, you know, just small things, and just getting into the vibration, practicing it. But that's a really good way to start bringing magic into your life, so that you can then be living a magical life, knowing that you are magic. Really, you have to understand that your life is just your life is the effect of who you are, right? You're the cause, life is the effect. So the life you're living is what's spilling over from you. Your life is the result of you, where you are vibrationally, who you are from a vibrational standpoint in this moment, who you are being in this moment, what you are vibrating with in this moment. Your whole life is the spilling over of that. It's like my cup runneth over. And if you feel like your cup isn't running over, if you feel desolate, your life is going to show up like that. It's going to be desolate. It's going to look desolate. So make sure that you're looking at this world, this holographic universe, as a mirror, and it'll show you where you're at vibrationally, you know, and just continue to work back and forth with that. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know if you had any ahas down in the comments, and be sure to share this video with all of your witchy curious friends, and I will see you guys on the next Witch Baby Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to connect with me outside of YouTube, head on over to my Instagram to say hello, watch behind the scenes stuff, and check out any special announcements that I might have going on. Now, if you haven't already, head over and watch one of these awesome videos and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video, guys.
That's where my dreams come in and take me away to a better place. Love is real and all my